now it's time to move along, and as you can see, we are taking a train. We're going overnight from Florence to Paris. So we are in a sleeper train. It has bunk beds and it's really quite comfortable. There's fresh sheets and room to store your bags, and you can climb up to the upper level or sleep in the lower level. And the train is very smooth and very quiet, so actually made for a very good night's sleep. It's about an 11-hour train trip. So we depart Florence in the early evening, and we have a chance to have dinner on board the train and then get a good night's sleep and wake up in the morning in Paris. This is quite an experience for these young folks from Punahou. Unlikely they've been on a sleeper train before. The dining car is really quite good. They have fresh cooked meals, hot meals. The way it works is you buy the fixed dinner, and it's a 3-course meal. You have salad, you have pasta, and then a main course, usually a choice between beef or chicken, and some good fresh salads. And the food is wonderful. After all, we are in Italy, and even on a train, you can get some fine meals. Or you can bring your own dinner on board, as our student group did. Getting a good night's sleep, and then waking up the next morning, you lift up your curtain if you're up early, and have a wonderful view of the sunrise in the French countryside. This was really so spectacular. You look out in one direction and there's the rising sun, some steam rising off the early morning waters. And then you have breakfast served, breakfast in bed. Each train car comes with its own train porter who takes care of all services for you, answers any questions, provides help, and brings hot breakfast with real coffee and French croissants. That's a nice way to start the day. This is the first time in all of our Hawaii Geographic Society World Travels that we've ever had a group on board a train overnight. And it was really quite a satisfying experience. Those beautiful landscapes going by really made the morning. Sunflower fields, and we had different fields on both sides with some cows, with sheep, with grain growing, with beautiful rolling hills and forests covering them. Also passing little country villages along the way was quite interesting to see. Normally in our tour, when we go from Florence to Paris, we're also visiting Venice and the city of Lucerne along the way, and those are day trips by train. We go from Florence to Venice during the day. It takes about 3 hours. Spend a few days in Venice. And then we travel from Venice to Lucerne during the day. That takes about 7 hours. And stay there a few days. And then from Lucerne to Paris, also a day trip. And that takes about 6 hours. But in this case, we're going directly from Florence to Paris. And overnight we arrive. It's really quite a quick and efficient and comfortable trip. This tour was a art history focus, and so we were really concentrating on the major art history cities of Rome, London, Florence, and Paris. Arriving in the city of Paris, we get off the train, get our bags off the train, walk through the station where we are met by our tour guide, who's going to be with us for about a week. We're staying in Paris for an in-depth look at the city. And we are going to bring you all the details on Hawaii Geographic Society's World Traveler. Through the Bercy station, out to our tour bus, and begin an orientation tour of Paris.